Hello, everyone. Hello, how are you doing? Thank you, Eat to Live Strong, for being here. How's everyone doing? I am doing all right. I hope everyone's having a good Monday. And all of that. We are going to be talking about fashion tonight. Share me out if you can. I'm all tangled up in cords behind the camera. Okay. Hello. I thank you for being here, and I hope it doesn't storm too long. Thank you for sharing me out on your community tab. I'm also going to share myself out again. But yeah. It's hot here. It's a little warmer than it has been. But mostly, yeah. I see we have some more people coming in the door. Hi, Spencer family. How are you? And Spencer family, your daughter Alicia is so cute, number one. But your video where you were tempting her with the candy was so cute. All right, thank you, Spencer. It was so cute. But I can't be tempted with candy. So being that patient, your daughter has a lot of patience because I cannot be tempted with that candy like that, especially fruit snacks. Yeah, fruit snacks are like my favorite, so I wouldn't have done good on that challenge at all. Yes, I love fruit snacks too, so I know how she felt. What? But that was just not. Yeah, I couldn't do it. All right, have fun. Hi, Taylor. I didn't speak to you. I'm so sorry. I, I am still back here sharing myself out. I've already posted this on my Instagram, but you know, when you rush in, you forget about all the other social medias of the world. Like, yeah, but yeah, so I'm just doing that, and then I want to know what's going on with y'all, so you know how we do it over here. I'm going to drop the link for anyone that wants to come up and say something. Maybe they want to share some good news, or they want to tell us about something they're working on or something that they have out. So you guys can click the link. So yeah. And now I'm going to pull up the PowerPoint. So I did drop the link for anyone that wants to come up here and say something about what they got going on or just want to. So that's what it is. And then if nobody has something that they want to say, I'm going to pull up the PowerPoint. And I wanted to have this fashion discussion because if y'all don't know, hey Shay, I saw your mukbang earlier. See Shay, when I would be watching your channel, you be making me hungry. Shay channel be making me hungry. Oh, eat to live strong, be safe with the thunder and lightning. So yeah. If you guys don't know, I went to school for fashion. I actually went to school for fashioning, marketing, and retail sales management. But my school, hi Tiffany. But my school unfortunately shut down and I did not get to finish my degree. But I will get to finish it eventually once I get the whole thing of why it shut down and all that mess out of the way. So I just wanted to have a fashion discussion because I really miss the whole fashion part of my life right now. Especially with seeing all the people graduating and all that, it really makes me miss the fashion part of school. So I just thought we would have a fashion. Taylor, hold on, I see some questions. So let me answer this question. Hi, Tiffany. Let's see. Taylor's question was, what kind of fruit snacks do I like? I like the fruit snacks that taste like real fruit, which makes me happy. So as long as it tastes like real fruit, and honestly, you can make your own natural fruit snacks yourself, or gummy bears, our own natural fruit snacks if you want to. And you can make fruit roll-ups. I will probably have to do a video on that. Hey, Candy C. Yeah. So that's why I wanted to have the fashion discussion because I'm missing fashion. And I feel like since this whole quarantine has happened, you don't get to dress up as much. You wear comfy clothes, but then sometimes you just dress up in the house because you miss the fact of dressing up. Hi, Living Better. So that's the fashion discussion. And I'm going to share the screen so I can pull up the PowerPoint, which is behind me. Okay. Let me know when y'all can see the screen. Just type in the chat that you can see the screen. Okay. Where did the chat go? Because I can't. And Taylor, I forgot to remove your comments so everyone can still see the screen. Hi, JL. How are you? I'm doing fine. And let me go back and remove Taylor's comments so you guys won't see that and it won't be in the way. I can find it. So let me just remove her comment from the bottom of the screen. Click, and there's a comment removed. And I'm going to go back to slideshow. I'm going to restart it from the beginning. Alright. So we're going to be talking about spring and summer trends. I kind of feel like spring is over because it's been so hot lately. It already feels like summer to me. But so there's a little disclaimer before I do this. I did not come up with these fashion trends. I found all the trends on Vogue.com. Fashion is just your opinion, whether you like it or not. You might like some things, you might not like other things, which is okay. We all can share our opinions in the comments and have a full-on discussion, which is perfectly fine. And third of all, I'm not here to tell you how to dress. That is not what I want to do. I want to hear what y'all think. Y'all tell me what y'all like to wear, and we go from there. But I am not here to tell you how to dress. That is not how it goes. So my first question is, do any of y'all actually like the dress up, or do y'all actually spend time putting outfits together? Let's see. Candy C says I like to wear sweats and t-shirts. T-shirts, yes. I always wear a lot of t-shirts. Sweatpants, not so much unless it's like really cold outside. Hi, Karen. How are you? So I do wear that. And personally, I do like dressing other people. Shay, I like to be comfortable too, but I also like to dress up. I don't know. Like, I just find dressing up makes me feel a whole lot better when I dress up. But I do have my moments where you can find me in the house with some pajamas on. and you can find me in some sweatpants when I go outside. That's how you know I'm really not in the mood. If you find me in sweatpants, y'all know something wrong. Because y'all really not going to find me in sweatpants. Or if y'all find me in something that is not color coordinated, something wrong. Something is totally wrong with it. Because I always love to be color coordinated. Taylor likes sweatpants, jeans, t-shirts, and tank tops. Eat to Live Strong says Macy's by appointment and they put outfits together. Yes, they do. And that's what I had to do when I was in school. We always had to figure out what the latest trends was and make a trend board and put outfits together. So, and anytime my mom goes out, the first thing she asks me after she put her outfit together, she asks me, does it look right? Because she knows I'm going to tell her that don't go together. And I'm going to make her change her outfit because I want her to look as put together as possible, even if it's a comfortable outfit. So if it don't look right, I'm definitely going to tell you. I'm going to tell you in a nice way and give you the option to make it look better. So let's see. So our first trend of the season is neon signs. All this mean is just a fancy way of saying bright colors. They try to make it more complicated than it actually is, but it's really not that complicated. If y'all know what highlighter colors are, like when you buy a highlighter and all those bright colors, that's basically what the neon signs trend is. It's basically just the highlighter colors put into outfits. And mostly yellows, greens, fuchsias, purples. Taylor, I can actually show that on a live one day if y'all would like to see how to put together a trend board. I can actually do that. Just let me know if that's something y'all want to see, and I will do it. Just let me know, and I will show you how to put together a trend board or put some outfits together if y'all would like. So basically, this neon sign, you basically can put it together. It could be, your shirt can be neon, but they're really wanting you to put on a full neon outfit, which I know for some people, Taylor, a trend board is basically where the fashion people of the world, when they go to like fashion weeks or whatever, they see what is popular by designer on the runway. And that's how they pick out what's going to be the next season of trends. So that's basically what a trend board does. Just like when you look at mood boards, if you've ever heard of that, it's basically when you sit down and you pick out your color scheme. Hi, Life of Cleo, how are you? We're just in here talking about the trends of summer and spring for this year. And I was answering Taylor's question about trend boards. I'm glad you're doing good. So, Taylor, so basically they'll go to each runway show during LA Fashion Week, Milan Fashion Week, Paris Fashion Week, London Fashion Week, and they will decide what do all the designers have in common to pick out the trends, and then they'll sit down, Hi, David, how are you? And they will sit down at a board and put together the outfits and the colors to make it look presentable. And that's how you come up with a trend board. So basically, the neon color thing, you can find big designers like Valentino. And this was basically based off of last year's thing done by the Vivian State of Opera. So there was a lot of neon colors before neon colors became popular. And basically, all that's saying is that something that wasn't popular became popular. And to be honest, fashion always repeats itself. So, does anyone have any questions about this trend? And here's some examples of what the trend So basically what you can see in this outfit, it's a basic black top, but the skirt underneath is the neon orange. Let me go back for a second so I can show you what exactly I'm talking about before. Let's see. The color code. And then, as you can see, this is basically a trench coat dress in this one, but it's bright pink or bright fuchsia. But this one is not as bright, but it's still considered a neon color because it still has that pigmentation of the pink. So neon doesn't always mean that it has to be bright and in your face. But when you think of neon, you would think, oh, if I wear something neon, it has to be wow in your face. Yes, a trend board is basically just coming up with the color scheme. You're right. So basically, you just put a whole bunch of outfits together, and that's basically what your closet should look like. Some people's closet. Yes, I love the second one too. I would actually wear the second one and I would have it in multiple colors. Yes. The second outfit in this, I don't remember what's the designer, but the second outfit would be something I would wear. I would wear that on a date night or something, or just hanging out with some girlfriends. But that would definitely be a date night outfit. Any of these outfits you can take bits and pieces of and mix and match them to match anything in your closet. Once you have a bunch of staple pieces, you can create any outfit on any type of budget. You don't need a lot of money to recreate this. Fashion is not about spending a lot of money. It's just about putting things together that fit on you and putting things together that you feel comfortable with. It's okay if somebody else doesn't like it. As long as you feel good in it, it's gonna make everybody see that, oh, this is fashionable because such and such looks good in it because I can tell that they're comfortable. Like most people don't wear high heel shoes, but they do wear other shoes where you can be looking at their feet and be like, oh, those flats are cute. But you don't have to walk around in 5-inch heels, 4-inch heels for your shoes to be cute. And you can always repurpose something because it might be out of style at one point, but it's also going to come back. Yes, the pink one is my favorite. Taylor, I agree. That is something I wear out with my friends or on a date night, to the movies, out to eat something. And you know what? The belt, if you want to cinch your waist, a belt is a good way to give you a cinched waist. Everybody wants their waist to be snatched, and a belt is a way to do it. Yes. Like a simple black dress, you can do. I agree. See, eat to live strong. Yes, I agree. A simple black dress can be worn in multiple ways because you can dress it up with the shoes, the accessories, or whatever. Everybody needs a black dress in their closet, which is true. Everybody needs a black dress in their home. Yeah. You can also use a scarf to put around your waist. But if you're going to use a scarf, you have to pull it tight or double it to give you that type of cinch snatch waist if that's the look you're going for. But a scarf will work. But the easiest way to cinch your waist is to get a belt. A thick belt, not a belt that you would loop in your pants. It has to be a little bit thicker than that. Like, see the pink in the pink outfit, the belt is not super thick. Hi, Lux Granny Grace. How are you? Yeah. So the belt has to be a little thick to cinch your waist, but you don't want to cinch it so tight to where it's hurting you. Fashion is not supposed to be uncomfortable. I know people say beauty is pain, and I understand why they say that, but don't wear something just because you feel as though it looks cute, but your feet or your ribs or your arms are being suffocated. I'm glad you're back, Spencer family, but please do not wear something that is too tight. Like a corset. Yes, a corset can cinch your waist. But a corset can also hurt your ribs if it's too tight. And corsets can cut off your breathing. So yes, they look cute when you're trying to wear a certain type of dress or a certain type of tight shirt, but corsets can hurt. Yes. Hi, Honey Tea Lemon. How are you? Yes, heels can hurt too. But when it comes to heels, you have to be able. Thank you, Lux Granny Grace. You have to be able to put some shoe pads in your shoes to give you that arch support. The reason why heels are uncomfortable is because heels don't have an arch support. And you want to create that arch support for your foot to give you a little bit of lift on your heel. So if your heels do not have an arch support, you can create them with your shoe pad. And basically, you would slip your shoe pad in your shoe. You would slip your shoe pad in your shoe to give you that arch support. And sometimes you have to put more than one. And the side sidewalls of your shoe can actually hurt too. So if you want to put some like foam in your shoe on the sidewalls, that will also help you from not having your feet hurt too much. But to look good, you do not need heels. You can find a good wedge that is not high and has the perfect arch support to have it put together. You do not have to wear heels for your outfit to look good. And that gives me an idea. So our next trend is short suits. And I know this sounds a little funny, and when I show y'all the picture, it's going to look a little funny. So basically, what all this fancy fashion is saying that it's basically a suit, but instead of pants, they're putting shorts. But the thing about the shorts, which I'll just show you now, the thing about the shorts are tailored. Okay, let's see. Heels need to live strong says something. She says heels are also over time bad for your back and spine. I've learned that the hard way. Wedges are so much better. Yes, they are bad for your back and spine. But we all know there are people out there that are not going to give up their heels. Some people will. Some people are just not going to give up their heels, so we can give them any comfortability. Yeah. Yeah, I think honestly the last time I wore heels was a full day of heels. The last time I wore heels was my senior prom. Other than that, I don't wear. I the last time I actually wore some heels, I was going to my senior prom, and that was the first thing I took off when I got home was them heels because they was hurting my feet, and I had them heels on all night long. Even when you dress up for church on Sunday, I don't wear heels. Maybe once every couple of months, maybe. But I ain't doing no heels. They hurt too much, and then why wear shoes that you just gonna kick off? Yes, I enjoyed my prom. It was a lot of fun, but I was glad when prom was over because I was up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I wasn't leaving for prom until 7 o'clock that night. I just wanted prom to be over, but I had a lot of fun. Let's see. Heels can make your knees hurt too. Sandals, it depends on the type of sandal. Because sandals can have a rough bottom. So if the bottom of the sandals are not smooth, they can hurt the bottom of your foot. It could be too much pressure for some people's feet. So if you're gonna buy a sandal, the bottom of the sandal has to be smooth and not rough. And if you're gonna have the sandal where the little where it splits your toes apart like flip flops do, that part can be a little annoying. So you need some kind of foam, sponge stuff over that, or you could easily use some tape to take the pressure off the middle where your toes split apart. But sandals are cute. And you can have open-toed sandals, closed-toed sandals, all of that, which is different. But yeah, the short suit. But the thing about this suit, if you want a good suit, I would recommend for, yes, slides are the perfect house shoes. I agree. Slides are definitely the perfect house shoes. Because me personally, I'm not wearing socks in the house. Because socks can cut off your circulation sometimes. So slides are the way to go, or some slippers that are comfortable. Yeah, I don't do flip flops either because technically my feet are too small and I have like the babyest heel. So flip flops, I'm always gonna lose because they're gonna slide directly off my feet. So yeah, I'm just not doing flip flops. So flip flops is cute, but they not for me. So y'all will not be catching me in no flip flops this summer. Mostly sandals or some kind of flat type of shoe, but no flip flops. Because if I wear some flip flops, I'm gonna be walking around barefoot. Yes, the second short is cute. I would agree. I also like the third one only because I like the top. Like I love how you can. It's okay to show a little bit of skin, and I would show if I'm gonna show skin. Me personally, I'm gonna show top. I will show my legs, but I'm not gonna do shorts because if they don't come to me, I just don't like shorts. And honestly, I try to wear everything that comes to my knees because I try to cover up some scars on my legs. I don't like the way they look, but I don't mind showing them. But I feel like shorts are just not comfortable unless they are perfectly tailored to you. And that's why I think they came up with the short suit because these shorts are perfectly tailored. And basically, you can get anything tailored to you. Yeah, tailor, I know what you mean. I see. I don't wear with the braces anymore. I wear them at night, but not during the day. So the braces are long gone, which I'm kind of happy about. Because the only shoes that could go with them that my mother really liked when it came to the braces on my legs was Reeboks. And that's why I don't wear tennis shoes now. Because I had to wear them for so long because of those braces. And so, honestly, I don't own not one pair of tennis shoes anymore. The only thing you're going to find in my closet is flats, slippers, boots, and a whole lot of other type of shoes, but I don't own no pairs of tennis shoes. Let's see. What's next? Okay. Out of all the trends I have up on this board, the black slate trend is my favorite because this is basically about wearing all white. They called it something fancy, but that's really what it means. It's the most, I would say, feminine out of all the trends I've chosen because this is all about being delicate, ethereal, a lot of satin, which some satins can be hot, which I do understand, but it's the cutest. And I believe everybody looks good in white. Most people feel their best in either black or white. And the good thing about white is that you can pair it with anything, and there's all different types of white. There's just not white, there's eggshell, there's cream, there's this, there's that. There's all different types of white. So Now, the white suit, the white suit is my favorite because you can be the most powerful person. You walking into a boardroom, you walking into the most biggest interview of your life, and you got on this white suit. Can't nobody tell you that you don't know what you're talking about because you're gonna look good in that white suit. You're gonna feel great in that white suit, and everybody's gonna want to know how powerful you are because you look as good as you feel in the white suit. So if you don't feel the most powerful in the moment, I'm going to sit here and tell you go find you a suit, go find you some cute shoes, pull your hair back in a ponytail, and go for what you know. Because that suit is going to make you the boss. And nobody's going to be able to tell you no when you wear that suit. Now, when it comes to white dresses, I'm going to wear them. And no, this particular trend does not have to feel like you're getting married. Just because you're wearing white doesn't mean you're getting married at all. It just means you look good in white and you want to feel elegant and pretty and all of that type of stuff, which you can feel that in any color. But sometimes when you wear white, you just feel like the angels are singing and somebody singing your praises. So the white suit is the way to go. Black suit, any suit. If you need some power when you ain't feeling powerful, just put on a suit. And you're gonna think you're the superhero of the world. Because people gonna take you seriously. And your first impression, people gonna judge you off of how you look. I'm sorry, it's a bad thing to say. But that's the first thing they gonna see. Because they not gonna hear you speak first. They gonna see you. And they gonna look and be like, does she look like she ready or he ready for the business of the world, or do you look like you just rolled out of bed? That's the first thing that's going to run into somebody's mind. So, unfortunately, you have to look presentable because you don't want to look like you just rolled out of bed at all. Because people can be mean. And then after you look good, then you got to speak good, talk well, and put your little educational hats on and go for it. But people gonna judge you off of your looks first. Even though we all know people shouldn't judge because nobody knows anybody's circumstances. But people gonna judge you off how you look. Thanks. So, the next trend is yes, my favorite dress is the Taylor's right. The favorite dress of all is the Marilyn Monroe dress, the white dress. And we all know diamonds are a girl best friend, but jewelry is a whole nother thing. But next time, you gotta think about your accessories too. Just today we talking about how you look. Next week with Thursday we'll talk about your accessories. But this next one is just a fancy name for a vest. Means nothing. It says women in waistcoats. It's just a fancy name for a vest. So So this is just a fancy word for a vest. So you're gonna put on your shirt and then you're gonna put on a vest. Most of those So that's just basically what it is. It's just a fancy way of saying a vest. See, fashion likes to trick you with all these fancy words and all that. They just don't want to tell you what it means because they want to trick you into buying something. Technically, you might already got out of your closet. It's already in your closet. You just gotta look for it. And all these little pop-ups, hopefully they stop. But that's just a fancy way of saying you got a vest. And Hermes, famous designer, y'all know him for the scarves, the handbags. He's the one that does this whole vest thing now, and Saint Laurent has done it. And you've seen it on people like Celine, and they do it in browns, but now they started doing it in white, gray, but they want to keep it neutral because it just looks like the vest that you see if a man wore a three-piece suit, where he got the jacket, the shirt, and then the vest on the inside. That's what it looked like. And they just took it and changed it and make it look all fancy and cute. But they basically took their inspiration from a men's suit vest and then called it a woman's waistcoat. And that went away. Hold on. The nice pictures went away. Let's go back to them. Nice picture. There we go. So they try to be all fancy. But the last picture where you see the flowers, that was basically the Japanese take of what a waistcoat should look like, and the other end was the denim version. Now there's all different types of denim, and denim does not have to be tight. Denim can be stretchable, but if you want good quality denim, you have to be able to take care of it. And the middle picture was done in a satin. Satin can be hot. But I have seen this done in lace, where if you were going out for a Sunday and all you had on was a t-shirt and a pair of jeans, and you wanted something to go over top of that, you would find a lace vest that you just throw on, and it could have buttons or not, but you would tie it at the bottom because there's one that has strings that you can tie on the bottom and tie it, and it would look like a jacket. And it will keep you warm. It's cool. But the whole thing about the whole summer looks, you do not want to wear a color or something dark that's going to absorb the lights. Because if it absorbs the lights, it will overheat you. So when you picking out your spring and summer wardrobe, depending on where you live, you want it to be easy and breezy. And yes, that's sort of the color used to be CoverGirl's saying. But that's technically what summer fashion or spring fashion should be. It should be easy and breezy and lightweight. So you want to, when you're searching for your clothes, you want to pick lightweight materials like laces and capris and linens and stuff like that. And people still wear denim in the summer because there are denim skirts, but you want a lightweight lightweight denim. And mostly lightweight denims usually come in a light wash. They're heavy enough to give you the tightness to show your curves and all of that. And or they come in skinny versions or jeggings. But light colored denim is usually the best way to go in the summer. You can wear your darker washes into winter because they're going to be heavy. But you want to take care of your denim so it doesn't strip and fall apart and loses the structure inside your denim. So the next trend is a cutout. So cutouts are a cute way for you to show skin without showing all of your skin. And you basically can find this in Paris and Milan and Missoni, like all over Europe, basically. So like the Missoni and Armani designers, they are known for their cutouts. Yes, I love neon pinks too. I'm just a pink person. Pink and yellow are my favorite. But the cutouts will give you, it's an instant way to give yourself some sex appeal if that's what you're looking for. So basically, this is what a cutout looks like. See, in the black dress, she has a cutout that shows off her side. Now, this lady in the middle, yes, Taylor, one of the trend used to be faded denim. But faded denim, thank you for keeping me running, Candy Sue. Basically, Taylor, faded denim started by accident. It started by somebody bleaching their denim and liking the way that the denim was taken over by the bleach. Faded denim, and now you can find, if you guys are interested in TikTok, now you see all the TikTokers and you see some YouTubers showing you how to bleach your clothes to give you a faded look. If you do it on black, the bleach will turn certain parts orange. If you do it on jeans and you use a blow dryer to blow out the bleach, then you can get stencils of different pictures on your jeans. Yes, it's becoming popular. So it's just like that. But when yes, but it depends on how you are washing them. Like, people are doing it now as a mistake. But technically, you are really. I would have to do a whole segment on jeans because there's a certain way you're supposed to wash your jeans. And sometimes bleaching your jeans can ruin the fiber of the jeans. And yes, I know bleach is for bacteria and different things and all of that. But there's a certain way to wash your jeans without ruining the interior of your clothing. And if you guys want a whole segment on how to properly take care of your jeans, I can do that and all of that fun stuff. But your jeans are important. Any type of denim is important. And please wash your denim before you wear it. Because the sometimes the dye that they use on your denim is not always washed out completely, or some of it still remains because it hasn't fully saturated into the denim. So please wash your jeans so you don't have blue dye on your skin or anywhere on your body that you do not want dye to be. So wash them or rinse them to be careful of the dye. And sometimes you have to check your clothes to make sure your clothes say machine washable or dry clean only. Because some fabrics are very delicate, and if you don't wash it correctly, you just ruin the top that you spent a lot of money on because you didn't wash it properly. And I know a lot of us like washing our own clothes because we feel some type of way about other people washing our clothes. But if it says dry clean only, please take your clothes to the dry cleaners, and you just gonna hope and pray for the best. And you can scan your clothes and look all through that if you're leery about going to the dry cleaner. But please do not wash something that says dry clean only on your own, because you just spent your money on your beautiful outfit, your beautiful top, or whatever it may be, and you just lost your money. And I will feel really bad for you because the tailor, if you take it to a tailor, they might not be able to fix it because they don't have the material that your outfit was made from to fix it, and then you're gonna have to patch it or something, or just throw it away, or turn it into a rag that you only use in your laundry room. And I know patchwork is a thing, but there's a way to do patchwork that looks cute and not look like it's not supposed to be there. So, does anyone have any questions that I can answer for them, or want to know something else that I have not covered? Thank you for that. So basically, I can just answer your questions because we're going to raid Eat to Live Strong at 7:30 because she's doing her mortgage Money Mondays, and she is talking about credit. So thank you. So if anyone has any questions or something that they want to ask me pertaining to fashion, I can answer them, or I can you can come up on stage and ask me, or just type it in the chat, or if there's something you want to say. Okay, I see a question. Okay. Honey Tea Lemon says, what's a good color to pair with real green? And then she said teal. Ah, she means teal. So it depends on how you're wearing your teal. So if you were going to wear teal pants, like a fitted pair of teal pants, I would pair it with a white blouse and some white shoes. Or you can pair it with black. Or if you really want to go out of your comfort zone, you can pair it with yellow. But it's all about what you feel comfortable with. You can do a fuchsia, like anything in the pastel family, you can pretty much get away with teal. But if you're going to put a pastel on top, so if you're going to wear teal bottoms, put pastel, white, or black as your top. But if you're going to do that, then you have to keep your accessories to a minimum. Because once you go overboard with colors, it's just going to look like a Crayola type box thing and nobody wants that. But it happens. But fashion should be whatever you want to do. Now, if you really don't think you look good, then you ask somebody. But if you like your outfit, then wear your outfit. You can actually create your own fashion trends. Yes, fashion suggests what is fashionable, but you create your own fashion. You create it. You can do DIY projects like you should see how many people have been bored at home and do some tie-dye because I was one of those. I wanted to do tie-dye because I was bored and there wasn't nothing to do. And you can create your own patterns by just tie-dyeing something. Sometimes turning something inside out. Basically, years ago, Celine Dion herself had a designer that took the idea of a men's suit and turned it into a dress. So basically, the top part, like the button part, was the back of her dress, and the front part looked like a suit, and it became a fashionable thing. It's about how you mix and match your pieces to make it work. You don't always have to go out to the store and buy something new. We all love new clothes. Who doesn't? But as long as you can make yourself look presentable, you can do it with the clothes that you have in your closet. And yes, fashion companies are becoming more inclusive to all shapes and body sizes. They still have a little bit more work to go, but they are starting to become more inclusive to everyone, which that's the way fashion should have been in the first place, in my opinion. But we all have to learn. Now they're even learning that fashion needs to be sustainable so you don't have to hurt the environment. And if you find your clothes that are made where you live, they are going to be a cheaper price because it's made where you live. The further you have to go out to source your clothes, the more expensive. Hi, Yo, I'm glad you made it. And your live was wonderful. Guys, Miss Yo just did a live where she talked about how she's getting in tune with herself. And if you think she hasn't been on YouTube, she has. She's been watching people's videos, but she doesn't always conversate, or as she puts it, that she's been hiding out in the bushes, but she's always making sure she's leaving comments. And she said she hadn't posted a video in a week, which reminds me, before we get out of here at 7:30, there is something that I've already talked about. I talked about it on my Saturday live. It was mental health, and we had a whole game. No, it wasn't Saturday. It was one other day last week. We talked about mental health. The game board was green. which Miss Yo-Yo reminded me that I wanted to bring this up again. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. In one of my lives, I challenged, I don't actually remember what day it was. Sometimes these lives are starting to run together in my head. But I challenged everyone to talk to someone that they hadn't talked to in a while and actually ask them, are they doing okay? Because sometimes people can tell you that they're okay because they don't want to be a bother to you or to anyone. So they will tell you that they're okay when they're honestly not. Or they're afraid to ask for help. But don't be afraid to ask for help because we've all had some sort of struggle emotionally, physically, or mentally at some point. And especially with everything that's going on in the world, things can be emotionally draining. So I don't want people to be afraid to say, I'm not okay. And sometimes, even though we're checking in with other people, we have to be able to be in tune with ourselves and check in with ourselves and ask ourselves, are we really okay? And sometimes I know it's hard to read between the lines, but sometimes you have to, and then say, Honey Tea Lemon said something. She said yes, and listening to what they truly have to say. Yeah, you do have to listen to what someone truly has to say because maybe they are telling you something that you need to listen to, but they're not telling you the telling you verbatimly what they're trying to say. They're telling you in a way that it feels to them and they're trying to make sense and understand what they are saying. So it's okay to say, I don't know. And if they don't feel like they need help, just think about it. Think about talking to someone. It's okay to talk to someone. It doesn't make you any less of a human being if you say, I need professional help. It makes you just as strong as everybody else to be honest and be like, I don't know how to deal with this. It might be something you've never been through, so this is all new to you and you're in a whole different position because we all hold some sort of position when it comes to our jobs or something. We we all can be different, but it's okay to say that. And don't let anyone make you feel bad for saying it either, because at the end of the day, you're only human. You're trying your best to survive and do things the best way you know how. And sometimes the best way you know how is to cry about it. And it's okay to cry. Nobody should be embarrassed. Sometimes you gotta cry to get, because you can be so angry and all you can think of at the moment, the anger is building up and you just want to cry and it's okay. And if you gotta put on some happy music and dance around your house, it's okay. Can't nobody see you in your house. You gotta do what you have to do to make yourself happy. And you can't lose your happiness because that's what you have to hold on to. And every day is not going to be a good day. Sometimes the weather outside can put you in a bad mood. Because it can do it to me. I don't like when it rains. Because, yes, having a good cry is important. I agree with Karen. She says sometimes you have to have a good cry. A good cry is important because sometimes when you cry, you just feel like you just let the whole air of the world out. And it's okay. You don't have to be pretty when you cry. You can cry ugly as you want because ain't nobody gonna see you. Hi, Miss B Town Hester. How are you? Happy to see you. We did a whole session presentation, and now we're just talking about checking in on people because one, it's polite. Two, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. So we just want to make sure everyone's doing all right. I am doing fine. Yes. Miss Yo-Yo says, just cry. Yes, I agree. Yes, I can ugly cry with the snot. Yes, I can too. I definitely can. And I'm the type of person, I might not cry when I'm sad, but if you make me angry, I'm definitely gonna cry. Because I I'm not the one to cry mostly when I'm sad. Sometimes I do. But if I'm crying, 9 times out of 10, I'm angry about something. Something that made me angry, and I'm going to cry. And about it because I'm angry. And sometimes I feel like it's easy to cry than to be angry about it. And it's okay. Let's see. And that's about it. She said, she said yes. Yeah. See, I'm not the only angry crier in the world. I am not the only angry crier. Yeah, definitely. A song can make you cry sometimes. If you listen to a certain song, it can make you cry. There's a couple of songs in particular that, well, there's one per song in particular I've never been able, well, I've been able to look. I used to listen to it, but now I'm unable to listen to it because the song makes me cry every time I hear it. So there are a few songs of the world that can make you cry. There. Tiffany, I don't know what that means. LD, I don't know what that means. If you can tell me what that means, either text me if it's something you can't write in the chat or something, because I really want to. She says I'm an ugly crier. Okay, let's see. Honey tea, honey lemon tea said, yep, I can't listen to a whole lot of slow songs. Yeah. So I'll drop the link again if somebody has something that they want to come up and say. And then when Eat to Live Strong goes live, we're going to rate her today. And then, so you guys are getting a whole lot of money and mortgage talk today. Money talk, because Eat to Live Strong is talking about credit for her Mortgage Money Mondays. All these M's is going to have me tongue-tied. And that's where we're going at 7:30. And then Tiffany at 9 is doing her money makeover Mondays. So she's gonna give y'all some money tips. That is not Jasmine's forte. Luckily, I have some friends where money and credit and all of those things are their fortes, like Tiffany and Eat to Live Strong, because that's not Jasmine's forte. Jasmine's good at music, fashion, and other things when it comes to about helping people. But Jasmine is not good with money. I am good with my money, but I'm not good at talking about helping other people with money. But Tiffany and Eat to Live Strong are great with that. Let's see. Let's see what you guys are saying. Yes. Miss B-Town Hester, I'm with you on a good gospel song can make you cry. Trust me, I cried when I still cry sometimes when Never Would Have Made It play. Hello, Brandon. I still cry when sometimes I still cry when Marvin Sapp's I Never Would Have Made It come on the radio, or I listen to it on a Sunday. That song will definitely make me cry. That song is like a testimony in itself. So I'm with you. Yes, a lot of church music can make you cry. And now with the whole church being closed down, and we have online services, and my church has a virtual choir. Yeah, the church songs can make you cry. Yes, Never Would Have Made It was the song. Yeah, I'm glad you're doing better with the whole hospital thing. Yeah, Never Would Have Made It got me through a whole lot. And also, now a gospel song that I listen to pretty much every day, like nonstop. Like I listen to that when I get up in the morning. I listen to it in the middle of the day. I listen to it before I go to sleep at night more than once. Is Todd. I can't never pronounce this man's last name, but I'm going to pronounce his last name. The Yolanda Adams song is The Battle Is Not Yours. Yes, that's a good song. So the song that I listen to on a daily basis right now is Todd Gallenbeth. I don't know if you guys have heard of him, but I might have said his name wrong, so I'm going to type it in the chat. So if you guys want to look him up, you can. But the song is Lord You Are Good. It's like my praise and worship song at the moment. It's just something about that song that just gets you moving and gets you in a good spirit. Todd Delaney is good too, but the guy I'm talking about is Todd Gallenbeth, and the song is called Lord. You are good. And I'll also drop a link to the song in the chat. So if anybody needs a good praise and worship song at the moment, because we all can use one of those every now and then, I'll drop the song in the chat as well. I'll do that. Here's the YouTube link to the song that I'm talking about. So does anyone have some news that they want to share, whether they want to come up on the panel and tell us some news that they want to share, or they want to I did drop the link for anybody that wants to come up on the panel. And I'm also gonna drop the link to the song that I was talking about. And I know that everybody's out here working hard on content and going live and putting out videos. I do have a video that came out yesterday. If you did not see it, there's the link to the song, that my praise and worship song at the moment. And I did put out a video yesterday, so I'll drop that in the chat for anyone that has not seen that video. And there will be a video coming out tomorrow. It is a Boxy Charm unboxing video where I go through all the makeup products that I got in that subscription box. And then a few days from now, I will be doing a beauty video using some of the products in that makeup box. So let me find yesterday's video. And if anyone has some news that they want to share, they can definitely type it in the chat. And when Eat to Live Strong goes live in about 5 minutes, we will rate her. So I am going to, first of all, have to find. So what is everybody's plans for the rest of the night? I know Monday is like the hardest day of the week for most people. It's definitely for me because like the beginning of the week is a lot of work. That's how I feel about the beginning of the week. It's definitely like a lot of work. Oh, and I did want to mention we did have a featured channel, and I did not mention who it was. It is the Crockett Way. We miss her so much. But she is working on finishing up her courses to become an RN. So we just want to send the Crockett Way as many positive prayers and positive prayers and good vibes to get her to graduation, which is in a couple of weeks because she only had 8 weeks left of her program. And that is such a blessing that she was able to do her last 8 weeks of schooling online because she uploaded a video a week ago where she was showing us how she's doing her practicum, I believe that's how you say it, from home. She uploaded that a week ago. So we just want to send the Crockaway as many positive vibes and prayers for her. Honey lemon tea, I hope you get your yard work done as quick as possible. And I hope you have good weather while you're doing. So this, I also dropped the link to my last video. And I'm also going to drop one more. Yeah, she's doing fine. She says that she misses everyone. And even if she's not on your channel because she's studying, trust me, she's always somewhere in the background. And she's definitely still doing her YouTube part from behind the scenes because she's always sharing someone out or sending someone to you to be in her place if she cannot be here physically. So if y'all can, I'm pretty sure most of you follow her and follow her on Instagram at the Crockaway, and y'all can message her and send her good vibes and all the prayers for that. And there is one. I'm going to drop the Crockaways video, and then after that, I'm gonna drop the Crockaways last video to her where she talked about her practicum. I'm not good with the medical terminology, but I think it was called practicum, is basically where she has to shadow a nurse and do the job of an RN. That's what practicum means. So there's the Crockaways practicum video. And then we are going to raid Eat to Live Strong. She should be going live in a minute. So let me drop, she is live now. So let me drop Eat to Live Strong's link in the chat so we can go over and rate her. So what you're going to do is type in here's the link to Eat to Live Strong's live. You guys should see it any second. You're going to go over to her channel and say Jasmine Easley Raid, and she's gonna give y'all some credit tips, some mortgage tips, and all that money talk if y'all interested in that. And go over there and say Jasmine Easley Raid, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. for the Boxy Charm unboxing video that will premiere at 6 p.m. And then on Wednesday, we have Wisdom Wednesday. And then I will be back on Thursday with another live. But tomorrow's video will definitely be a Boxy Charm video. So I will see you guys then. Click the link and go over to Eat to Live Strong's live and say Jasmine Easley Raid. And always remember to keep dreaming. I love you. And I will talk to you guys soon. If you guys need my help with anything, just reach out to me on Instagram and I will be sure to answer your message. Bye for now.